So following on from part one, I just want to talk about the different casing styles and the restrictions that Centrix will apply. So if we look at some of the outlet styles that Centrix will accommodate. So these are the different styles of the outlets. So we can see style 1 has a radius here and is generally a parallel outlet, although it sometimes can have a slight expansion. Style 2 is flat along the top, and this radius can actually be 0. Now style 2 is very restricted in what we can do to change this outlet. But remember that we can actually change the vase dimensions or the reducer dimensions as needed. Style 3 again is somewhat limited because of the cutoff extending inside the outlet, so we wouldn't want this outlet dimension, this depth, extending out over here somewhere or even in here. We might have a look at one of those later. Style 4 is the one that we looked at in the first video in this series of 410.98. So that's easily adjusted, and style 5 just has this straight section and is also easily adjusted. So they are the main 5 styles, and as I said, some will be more restricted than others. Okay, so let's go back to our selection list, and we'll pick a fan that has a style 1. So let's pick this one, and we'll go next, and we'll draw the casing. Okay, so we've got a slight or a small evase. So let's have a look how we would change that. So again, we can change that to 849. Say apply. We can draw it. And Centrix has adjusted the connection to this arc in the throat here. Okay. What happens if we go outside the recommended range? So they're the suggested limits. So let's go to 600 here. So if I type 600 and press enter, you note that it goes red, and we've got a warning up here. Now that doesn't stop us from using it, but we'd have to be very careful. Now Centrix does not increase the static pressure due to the lowering of the outlet velocity from this extra width, and that's because that sort of calculation is not easily done. CFD is the best piece of software to look at those sorts of things. So just to be conservative, Centrix doesn't increase the static pressure. It will reduce the outlet velocity pressure, so it should show. Let's just put this back. If I click that, and I'll say yes. Okay. Oh, we've got an evase. So let's just go back to 849, sorry, and say apply. So let's now go back and look at the performance, and we'll look at putting on the total pressure. Okay, so we've got a total pressure, we've got a nice value here of 20 cubic meters at 3.2. So let me increase this now to this 600 mil. We'll say apply. And you see that there is a drop in static pressure here. But you'll see a slight drop in the total pressure. That's because the outlet velocity pressure has reduced.